Bias's 13th production, The Crucible. We thank you all for coming tonight. We would ask a few things, please. Number one, first and foremost, please take out your cell phones and turn them off. Nothing distracts the actors more than having a cell phone ring in the middle of the theater. So please take out your cell phones. I'll even do mine right now. And just turn them off so that way they don't ring by accident. Even silent, it causes problems with our sound system, so please, not even on silent, turn it off. We'd also ask that there be no flash photography, so as not to distract the actors. And during the intermission, there will be a 10-minute intermission between Act 2 and Act 3. There will be Mario outside for those that are interested. Again, thank you very much. And without further ado, Crucible. Shimmy. Shimmy.
Children? Out of here!
My Betty not going down?
Out of my sight! Out of my... Oh, God. God help me. Betty, child, dear child, will you wake? Will you open up your eyes, Betty? Oh, little one.
Uncle, Susanna Walcott's here from Dr. Griggs.
Oh, let her come, let her come.
Come in, Susanna.
What does the doctor say, child?
He didn't come and tell you, Everett, sir, that he could not discover the medicine for it in his books.
Then he must search on.
Aye, sir, he's been searching his books since he left you, sir. But he told me you might want to look for natural things for the cousin.
No, there be no unnatural cause here. Tell him I've sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly, and surely Mr. Hale will confirm that. Let him look to medicine and put out all thought of unnatural causes. There be none.
Aye, sir. He bid me tell you, sir.
Speak nothing of it in the village, Susanna.
Go directly home and speak nothing of unnatural causes.
Aye, sir. I pray for him.
Uncle, the rumor of witchcraft's all about. I think you'd best go down and deny it yourself. The parlor's packed with people, sir. I'll sit with her.
And what shall I say to them? That my daughter and my niece I discovered dancing like heathen in the forest?
Uncle, we did dance. Let you tell them I confessed it. And I'll be whipped if I must be. But they're speaking of witchcraft. Betty's not witched.
Abigail, I cannot go before the congregation when I know you have not opened with me. What did you do with her in the forest?
We did dance, Uncle. And when you leaped out of the bush so suddenly, Betty was frightened and she fainted. And there's the whole of it.
Child, sit you down.
I would never hurt Betty. I love her dearly.
Now look you, child. Your punishment will come in its time, but if you traffic with spirits in the forest, I must know it now. For surely my enemies will, and they will ruin me with it.
But we never conjured spirits.
Then why could she not move herself since midnight? This child is desperate. It must come out. My enemies will bring it out. Abigail, do you understand that I have many enemies?
I have heard of it, Uncle.
There's a faction that is sworn to drive me from my pulpit. Do you understand that?
I think so, sir.
Now then, in the midst of such disruption, my own household is discovered to be the very center of some obscene practice. Abominations that are done in the forest.
It were sport, Uncle.
You call this sport? Abigail, if you know something that may help the doctor, for God's sake, tell it to me. I saw Tituba waving her arms over the fire when I came on you. Why was she doing that? And I heard a screeching and gibberish coming from her mouth. She was swaying like a dumb beast over that fire.
Well, she always sings her Barbados songs, and we dance.
I cannot blink what I saw, Abigail, for my enemies will not blink it. I saw a dress lying on the grass.
A dress?
A dress, and I thought I saw someone naked running through the trees.
No one was naked. You mistake yourself, Uncle.
I saw it! Now tell me true, Abigail, and I pray you feel the weight of truth upon you, for now my ministry is at stake. My ministry and perhaps your cousin's life. Whatever abomination you have done, give me all of it now, for I dare not be taken unaware when I go before them down there.
There is nothing more. I swear it, Uncle.
Abigail, I have fought you 3 long years to bend these stiff-necked people to me. And now, just now, when some good respect is rising for me in the parish, you compromise my very character. I have given you a home, child. I have put clothes upon your back. Now give me upright answer. Your name in the town, it is entirely white, is it not?
Why, I am sure it is, sir. There'd be no blush about my name.
Abigail, is there any cause other than you have told me for your being discharged from Goody Proctor's service? I have heard it said, and I tell you as I hear it, that she comes so rarely to the church this year, for she will not sit so close to something soiled. What signified that remark?
She hates me, Uncle. She must, for I would not be her slave. It's a bitter woman, a lying, cold, sniveling woman, and I will not work for such a woman.
She may be. Yet it has bothered me that you are now 7 months out of their house, and all this time no other family has called for your service.
They want slaves, not such as I. Let them send to Barbados for that. I'll not blacken my face for any of them. Do you begrudge my bed, Uncle?
No, no.
My name is good in the village. I'll not have it said my name is soiled. Goody Proctor's a gossiping liar.
No, I cannot have it. Why, Goody Putnam, come in.
It is a marvel. It is surely the stroke of hell upon you.
What Goody?
How high did she fly? How high?
No, she never flew.
Flight, sure she did. Mr. Collins saw her going over to Eaglesville's barn. Come down, that is what Birdie said.
No, now look you, Goody Putnam, she never... Mr. Putnam, good morning.
It is a providence the thing is out now. It is a providence.
What's out, sir? What's...
Why, look, Anne, her eyes is closed.
Oh, that's strange. Ours is open.
Your Ruth is sick.
I'd not call it sick. The devil's touch is heavier than sick. It's death, you know. Death driving into them, fortune hoped.
Oh, pray not, why. How does Ruth ail?
She ails as she must. She never waked this morning, but she walks, she sees not, hears not, and cannot eat. Her soul is taken, surely.
They say you sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly.
Precaution only. He has much experience in all demonic arts, and I...
It does indeed, and had found a witch in Beverly last year, and let you remember that.
Now, look you, Goody Ann. They only thought that we were a witch, and I am certain there would be no element of witchcraft here.
No witchcraft here. Now look you, Mr. Paris.
Thomas, I pray you, leap not to witchcraft. I know that you least of all, Thomas, would ever wish so disastrous a charge laid upon me. They will howl me out of Salem for such corruption in my house.
Mr. Paris, I have taken your part in all contention here, and I would continue, but I cannot have you hold back in this. There are hurtful, vengeful spirits laying hands on these children.
But Thomas,
And
surely...
tell Mr. Paris what you have done.
Reverend Paris, I have laid 7 babies unbaptized in the grave. Believe me, sir, more hardy babies you never saw born. And yet, each would wither in my arms the very night of their birth. My heart has clamored intimations, but I've said nothing. And now, this year, my Ruth, my only... I see her turning strange. A secret child she has become this year, and shrivels like a sucking mother pulling on her life too. And so I thought to send her to your Tituba.
To Tituba? What made Tituba?
Tituba knows how to speak to the dead, Mr. Paris.
Goody Ann, it's a formidable sin to conjure up the dead.
I take it upon my soul, but who else may surely tell us who murdered my baby?
Woman!
They were murdered, Reverend Paris, and mark you this as proof. My Ruth were ever so close to their souls last night, for how else is she struck dumb now except some power of darkness stop her mouth? It is a marvelous sign, Reverend Paris.
Don't you understand it, sir? There's a murdering witch among us bound to keep herself in the dark. Let your enemies make of it what they will. You cannot blink it more.
Then you were conjuring spirits last night.
Not I, sir. Tituba and Ruth.
Oh, Abigail, what proper payment for my charity. Now I'm undone.
You are not undone. Let you take hold here. Wait for no one to charge you. Declare it yourself. You've discovered witchcraft.
In my house? In my house, Thomas, they will topple me with this. They will make of it a...
Your pardon? I only thought to see how Betty is.
Why aren't you home? Who's with Ruth?
Her grandma come. She's improved a little, I think. She gave a powerful sneeze before.
Ah, there's a sign of life.
I'd worry no more, Goody Putnam. If we're a grand sneeze, another like it will shake her wits together, I'm sure.
Leave me now, Thomas. I would pray a while alone.
Uncle, you've prayed since midnight. Why do you not go down?
No. I have no answer for that crowd. I'll wait till Mr. Hale arrives. If you will, Lydia.
Let you strike out against the devil, and the village will bless you for it. Come down. Speak to them. Pray with them. They're thirsting for your words, sir. Surely you'll pray with them.
I'll lead them in a psalm. While you say nothing of witchcraft yet, I will not discuss it. The cause is yet unknown. I've had enough contention since I came. I want no more.
Mercy, you go home to Ruth. Do you hear? I'm home.
She starts for the window. Cry for me at once.
I will, Uncle.
There's a terrible power in her arms today.
How is Ruth sick?
It's weirdish, I know not. She seems to walk like a dead one since last night.
Betty? Betty, wake up now. Betty? Betty!
Have you tried beating her? I gave Ruth a good one and waked her for a minute. Here, let me have her.
No, they'll be coming up. Listen, if they be questioning you, tell them we danced. I told them as much already.
Aye, and what more?
You know, Stitzel conjured Ruth Putnam's dead sisters out of the grave.
And what more?
He saw you naked.
Oh, Jesus! What do we do? I've just come from the farm, and the whole village is talking witchcraft. They're calling us witches, Abby! She needs to tell, I know it. Abby, we've got to tell. Witchery is a hanging error. A hanging like they've done in Boston 2 years ago. You'll only get whipped for dancing and other things.
Oh, we'll be whipped.
I've never done none of it. I only looked. Oh, you're a great one for looking, aren't you, Mary Warren? What a grand peeping courage you have.
Betty? Now, Betty dear, wake up now. It's Abigail. I'll beat you, Betty! My, you seem improving. I spoke to your papa and I told him everything, so there's nothing for you to...
I want my mama.
What ails you, Betty? Your mom is dead and buried.
Then I'll fly them all. On my fly!
Betty, I told him everything. He knows everything.
You drank blood on me. You didn't tell him that.
Betty, you will never say that again. You will never.
You drank a turn to kill John Proctor's wife. You drank a turn to kill Granny Proctor. Shut it!
Now shut it! Now look you, all of you. We danced. And Tituba conjured Ruth Putnam's dead sisters. And that is all. And mark you this. Let either of you breathe the edge of a word about the other things, and I will come to you the black, terrible night. And I will bring a pointy reckoning that will shudder you. And you know I can do it. I saw Indians smash my dear parents' heads on the pillow beside mine, and I have seen some reddish work done at night. And I can make you wish you had never seen the sun go down. Now you, sit up and stop this.
Abby, what's got her? Abby, it's a sin to conjure spirits, and we help.
I say shut it, Mary Warren.
Oh, Mr. Proctor, I was just going home
Be
and
you foolish, Mary Warren? Be you deaf?
No,
I
I-
forbid you leave the house, did I not?
You did.
Why shall I pay you? I'm looking for you more often than my cows.
I've only come to see the great doings in the world.
I'll show you a great doing on your arse one of these days. Now get you home. My wife is waiting with your work.
I'd best be off. I have my Ruth to watch. Good day, Mr. Proctor.
Gad, I'd almost forgot how strong you are, John Proctor.
What's this mischief here?
Oh, she's only gone silly somehow.
The road past my house is a pilgrimage to Salem all morning. The town's mumbling witchcraft.
Oh, posh. We were dancing in the woods, that's all. And my uncle leaped in on us, and she took fright and fainted.
You're wicked yet, aren't you? You'll be clapped in the stocks before you're 20.
Give me a word, John. A soft word.
No, Abigail, that's done with.
You come 5 miles to see a silly girl fly? I know you better.
I come to see what mischief your uncle's brewing now. You'll put it out of mind, Abby.
John, I am waiting for you every night.
I never give you no hope to wait for me.
I have something better than hope, I think.
You'll put it out of mind, Abby. I'll not be coming for you more.
You're surely sporting with me.
You know me better.
I know how you clutched my back behind your barn and sweated like a stallion whenever I came near. Or did I dream that? She put me out. You cannot say it were you. I saw your face when she put me out. You loved me then and you do now.
Abby, that's a wild thing to say!
A wild thing may say wild things. Not so wild, I think. I've seen you since she put me out. I've seen you. Nights.
I have hardly stepped foot off my farm this 7 months.
I have a sense for heat, John. Yours has drawn me to my window. And I've seen you looking up, burning in your loneliness. Do you tell me you've never looked up in my window?
I may have looked up.
And so you must. You are no wintry man. I know you, John. I know you. John, I cannot sleep for dreaming. I cannot dream, but I walk around the house as though I'd find you coming through some door.
Child.
How do you call me child?
Abby! I may think softly of you from time to time, but I will cut off my hand before I reach for you again. Wipe it out of mind, Abby. We never touched.
Aye, but we did.
Aye, but we did not.
Oh, I marvel how such a strong man may let such a sickly
You'll
wife-
speak nothing of Elizabeth!
She's blackening my name in the village. She's telling lies about me. She's a cold, sniveling woman, and you bend to her and let her turn
Do you look for a whipping?
I look for John Proctor that took me from my sleep and put knowledge in my heart. I never knew what pretense Salem was. I never knew the lying lessons taught to me by these Christian women and their covenanted men. And now you bid me turn the light out of my eyes? I will not. No, I cannot. You loved me, John Proctor, and whatever sin it is, you love me yet. Oh, pity me, John, pity me. Betty?
Child!
Betty!
What ails you?
What happened?
Betty?
Stop
What are you doing
wailing!
to her? Betty!
She heard you singing, and suddenly she's up and screaming.
The song, she cannot bear to hear the Lord's name.
That's a notorious sign of witchcraft of folk, goody nurse.
Oh, pray not. Mercy! Run to the doctor. Tell what happened here.
Market for a sign, market.
Rebecca, go to her. We're lost. She suddenly cannot bear to hear the Lord's name.
There is hard sickness here, Giles Corey, so please, to keep the quiet.
I've heard the word. Now I'm here can testify to the word. Is she going to fly again? I hear she flies.
Nanny, quiet now.
What have you done?
What do you make of it, Rebecca?
Goody nurse, we look for you to come and see if you can wake our Ruth.
I think she'll wake in time. Pray calm yourselves. I have 11 children, and I'm 26 times a grandma. And I've seen them all through their city seasons. And when it come upon them, they will run the devil bold at keeping up with their mischief. I think she'll wake when she tires of it. A child's spirit is like a child. You can never catch it by running after it. You must stand still, and for love, it will soon itself come back.
Aye, that's the truth of it, Rebecca.
This is no silly season, Rebecca. My Ruth is bewildered. She cannot eat.
Perhaps she's not hungry yet. Mr. Paris, I hope you're not decided to go in search of loose spirits. I've heard promise of that outside.
What opinions running in the parish that the devil may be among us? And what satisfy them that they are wrong?
When let you come out and call them wrong? Did you talk to the wardens before you summoned this minister here to look for devils?
He is not coming to look for devils.
Then what's he coming for?
There be children dying in the village, mister.
I see none dying. The society will not be a bag to swing about your head, Mr. Putnam. Did you call a meeting before you summoned him here?
Cannot a man turn his head without he having a meeting?
He may turn his head, but not to hell.
Pray, John, be calm. Now, I think it's best to send Reverend Hale back as soon as he comes. This will set us all to arguing again in the society. And we thought to have peace this year. We ought to rely on the doctor now, and good prayer.
Rebecca, the doctor's baffled.
If so he is, let us turn to God for the cause of it. There is prodigious danger in the seeking of loose spirits. I fear it, I fear it. Let us rather blame ourselves and
How may we blame ourselves? I am one of 9 Putnam sons. The Putnam seed have peopled this province, and yet I have but one child left of 8, and now she shrivels.
I cannot fathom.
And yet I must. You think it God's work that you should never lose a child or a grandchild either, and I lose all but one? There are wheels within wheels in this village and fires within fires.
When Reverend Hale comes, you proceed to look for signs of witchcraft afoot.
Mr. Putnam, you cannot order Mr. Paris. We vote by name in this society, not by acreage.
I never heard you so warn this society, Mr. Proctor. I don't think I've seen you at Sabbath meetings since snow flew.
I have trouble enough without I come 5 miles to hear him preach only hellfire and bloody damnation. Take it to heart, Mr. Paris. There are many others who stay away from church these days because you hardly ever mention God anymore.
Why, that's a drastic charge.
It's somewhat true. There are many that will to bring the children.
I do not preach for children, Rebecca. It is not the children who are unmindful of their obligations toward the ministry.
Ah, they're really those unmindful.
I should say the better half of Salem Village.
And more than that,
Where's my wood? My contract provides I be supplied with all my firewood, and yet I am waiting since November for a stick. And even in November, I had to show my frostbitten hands like some London beggar.
You are allowed £6 a year to buy firewood, Mr. Paris.
I regard that £6 as part of my salary. I am paid little enough without I spend £6 on firewood.
60 plus 6 for firewood.
The salary is £66, Mr. Proctor. I'm not some preaching farmer with a book under my arm. I'm a graduate of Harvard College.
Aye, and well instructed in arithmetic.
Mr. Corey, you will look far for a man of my kind at £60 a year. I'm not used to this poverty. I left a thrifty business in the Barbados to serve the Lord. I cannot fathom it. Why am I persecuted here? I cannot offer one proposition without there be a howling riot of argument. I've often wondered if the devil be in it somewhere. I cannot understand you people otherwise.
You are the first minister ever did ask the deed to this house.
Man, don't a minister deserve a house to live in?
To live in, yes, but to ask ownership is like you shall own the meeting house itself. Why, the last meeting I were at, you spoke so long on deeds and mortgages, I thought it were an auction.
I want a mark of confidence is all. I'm your 3rd minister in 7 years. I do not wish to be put out like the cat whenever some majority feels the whim. You people seem not to comprehend that a minister is the Lord's man in the parish. A minister is not to be so likely crossed and contradicted. There is either obedience or this church will burn like hell is burning.
Can you not speak for 1 minute without we land in hell? I am sick of hell.
It is not for you to say what is good for you to hear.
I may speak my heart, I think.
What are we, Quakers? We're not Quakers here yet, Mr. Proctor, and you may tell that to your followers.
My followers.
There is a party in this church. I'm not blind, there's a faction and a party.
Against you.
against him in all authority.
Why then I must find it and join it.
He does not mean that.
He confessed it now.
I mean it most solemnly, Rebecca. I like not the smell of this authority.
No, you cannot break charity with your minister. You are another kind, John. Not his hand. Make your peace.
I have a crop to sow and lumber to drag home. What say you, Giles? Let's find the party. He says there's a party.
I've changed my opinion of this man, John. Mr. Paris, I beg your pardon. I never thought you had so much iron in you.
Why, thank you, Giles.
It suggested in mind what the trouble be among us all these years. Why the before is everybody suing everybody else? Think on it now. It's a deep thing, and dark as a pit. I have been 6 times to court this year.
Be it the devil's fault that a man cannot say good morning without you clap him for defamation. You're old, Giles, and your hearing's not as good as it was.
John Proctor, only last month collected £4 damages of you, publicly saying I burned the roof of the top of your house.
I never said no such thing, but I've paid you for it, and I hope I may call you deaf without charge. Now come, Giles, will you help me drag my lumber home?
Mr. Proctor, what lumber is that you're dragging home, if I may ask you?
Why, my lumber from out my forest by the riverside.
Why, we surely gone wild this year. What anarchy is that? That tract is in my bounds, Mr. Proctor. It's in my bounds.
In your bounds, I bought that tract off Goody Nurse's husband 5 months ago.
He had no right to sell it. It states clearly in my grandfather's will that all the land between the river and the
Your
forest...
grandfather had a habit of willing away land that never belonged to him, if I may say it plain.
That's God's truth. He nearly willed away my north pasture, but he knew I'd break his fingers before he said his name to it. Now come on, John. Let's get your lumber home.
You love with one oak of mine, and you'll fight to drag it home.
Aye, and we'll win too, Putnam, this fool and I.
I'll have my men on you, Corey. I'll clap a writ on you.
Pray you, someone take these.
Mr. Hale! Oh, it's good to see you again. Mind, they're heavy.
They must be. They are weighted with authority.
Well, you come prepared.
We shall need hard study if it comes to tracking down the old boy. You cannot be Rebecca Nurse.
I am, sir. Do you know me?
It is strange how I knew you, and yet you look as such good souls should. We have all heard of your great charities in Beverly.
Do you know this gentleman, Mr. Thomas Putnam, and his good wife, Anne?
Putnam, I had not expected such a distinct company, sir.
It does not seem to help us today, Mr. Hale. We look for you to check on our child. She ails.
Your child ails too.
Her soul seems flown away. She sleeps and yet she walks.
She cannot eat.
Cannot eat. Tell me, do you men have afflicted children as well?
No, these are farmers. John Proctor.
He don't believe in witches.
I never spoke on witches one way or the other. Now come, Giles, will you help me with my lumber?
No, I think not. I have some few cool questions of my own to ask this fella.
Mr. Hale, I've heard you to be a sensible man. I hope you'll leave some of it in Salem.
Will you check on my daughter, sir? She's tried to leap out the window. We discovered her this morning on the high road, waving her arms as though she'd fly.
Tries to fly.
Mr. Paris, Slade has knowledge of conjuring, sir.
Now, goody Anne, we cannot be certain of that.
I know it, sir. I sent my boots. You should learn from Tituba, who murdered her sisters.
Goody Anne, you sent a child to conjure up the dead.
Let God blame me, Rebecca, not you. I'll not have you judging me anymore. You think it natural to lose 7 children before the end of the day?
Shh! 7 dead in childbirth.
Aye.
What book is that?
What's there, sir?
Here is all the invisible world, caught, defined, and calculated. In these books, the devil lies stripped of all his brute disguises. Here are all your familiar spirits, your incubi, your succubi, your witches that travel by land, air, and sea, your wizards of the night and of the day. Have no fear now. If he has come among us, we will be sure to find him, and I mean to crush him utterly if he has shown his face.
Will it hurt the child, sir?
I cannot tell. If she is truly in the devil's grip, we will have to rip and tear to get her free.
I think I'll go then. I'm too old for this.
Why, Rebecca, we may open up the boil of all our troubles today.
Let us hope for that. I go to God for you, sir.
I hope you do not mean to go to Satan here.
I wish I knew.
Now go on, Mr. Hale. Sit you down.
Mr. Hale, I always wanted to ask you, young man, what signifies the reading of strange books?
What books?
I can't tell. She hides them.
Who does this?
Martha, my wife. I've worked at night many times and found a corner reading of a book. Now, what do you make of that?
Why, that's not necessarily...
It discomforts me. Last night, Martha's. I tried and couldn't say my prayers. And then she closed the book and walked out of the house. And suddenly, Martha's, I could pray again.
Ah, the stoppage of prayer. That is strange. I'll discuss this further with you.
Now, I'm not saying she touched the devil now, but I'd like to know what book she reads and why she hides them. She'll not tell me, you see.
I will discuss it. Now mark me. If the devil is in her, we will see some truly frightful proofs in this room. So please to keep your wits about you. Mrs. Putnam, stand close in case she flies. Now, Betty, dear, can you sit up? Can you hear me? I'm John Hale, minister of Beverly. I've come to help. Do you remember my 2 little girls from Beverly?
But how could it be the devil? Why would you choose my house to strike? We have all manner of licentious people in the village.
What victory would the devil have in a soul already bad? It is the best the devil wants, and who is better than the minister?
That's deep, Mr. Paris. Deep, deep.
Betty, answer Mr. Hale, Betty.
Does someone afflict you, child? It need not be a woman, mind you, or a man. Perhaps a bird invisible to others comes to you, or a mouse or a pig or any beast at all. Does some figure bid you fly? In nomine Domini Sabaoth itehat infernos. Abigail, what sort of dancing were you doing in the forest?
Why, common dancing is all.
I think I ought to say that I saw cattle in the grass where they were dancing.
That were only soup.
What sort of soup are in that kettle, Abigail?
Why, beans and lentils, I think.
You did not notice, by any chance, any living thing in that soup, Mr. Paris? A frog, a spider, perhaps?
I do believe there was some movement in the soup.
That jumped in. We never put that in.
What jumped in?
Why, a very little frog
frog jumped.
A frog, Abby!
Abigail, maybe your cousin is dying. Did you call the devil last night?
Not I, sir. Tituba, Tituba.
I should like to speak with this Tituba.
Goody Ann, would you bring her on?
How did she call him?
I know not. She spoke Barbados.
Did you feel strange as what she called him? A cold wind, perhaps, a trembling below the ground?
I didn't see no devil. Betty, Betty, wake up now.
You
Betty.
cannot evade me, Abigail. Did your cousin drink any of the brew in that kettle?
She never drank it.
Did you drink it?
No, sir.
Did Tituba ask you to drink it?
She tried, but I refused.
Why are you evading, Abigail? Have you sold yourself to Lucifer?
I never sold myself. I'm a good girl. I'm a proper girl. She made me do it. She made Betty do it. Abby, she made me drink blood.
Blood!
My baby's blood?
No, no chicken blood. I give you chicken blood.
Woman, are you enlisting children for the devil?
No, I don't talk to no devil.
Why can she not wake? Are you silencing this child?
I love me, Betty.
You have sent your spirit out on her, have you not? Are you gathering souls for the devil?
She sends her spirit on me in church. She's always making me laugh at prayer.
You've often laughed at prayer.
She comes to me every night to go and drink blood. You make me to consume. She make me make child. Don't lie. She comes to me while I sleep. She's always making me dream corruptions. Why you say that, Abby? Sometimes I wake and find myself standing in the open doorway and not a stitch upon my body. I always hear her laughing in my sleep, singing her Barbados songs and tempting me with, oh, Mr. Reverend, I never...
Tituba, I want you to wake this child.
I have no power over this child.
You most certainly do, and you will free her from it now. When did you compact with the devil?
I never compacted with no devil.
You will confess yourself, or I will take you up and whip you to your death, Tituba.
This woman must be hanged. She must be taken and hanged.
No, don't hang Tituba. I tell him I don't desire to work for him, sir.
The devil?
Then you have seen him. Now, Tituba, I know that when we bind ourselves to hell, it can be very hard to break from it. We are going to help you tear yourself free. Who would be bewitching these children?
Mr. Reverend, I do believe someone else bewitching these children.
Who?
The devil has innumerous witches.
Does he? Now, Tituba, look into me. Come, look into my eyes. You would be a good Christian woman, would you not?
I, sir, a good Christian woman.
And you love these little children.
Don't desire to hurt little children.
And you love God, Tituba.
I love God with all my being.
Now, in God's holy name, and to his glory,
Bless him, bless him, bless
open
God.
yourself, Tituba. Open yourself and let God's light shine on you.
Oh, bless glory, bless God.
When the devil comes to you, does he ever come to somebody else? Perhaps someone from the village, someone you know.
Who come with him?
Did you see Sarah Good or Osborne?
Was it man or woman come with him?
Man or woman? Was woman.
What woman? A woman, you said. What woman?
It be back dark and I...
You can see him. Why could you not see her?
They be always talking and running around and carrying
Salem? Salem witches?
I believe so, yes, sir.
Tituba, you must have no fear to give us all of their names, do you understand? The devil can never overcome a minister. You know that, do you not?
Yes, sir, I do.
Now, if you confess yourself to witchcraft, then speaks a desire to come to heaven's side, and we will bless you, Tituba.
Oh, bless you, Mr. Hale.
You are God's instrument, put into our hands to discover the devil's agent among us. You are selected, Tituba. You are chosen to help us cleanse our village. So speak utterly, Tituba. Turn your back on him and face God.
Oh, God,
face
protect.
God, Tituba, and God will protect you.
Oh, God, protect Tituba.
Who came with you to the devil? Was it 2, 3, 4? How many?
Was four.
Who are their names? Their names!
Oh, how many times he been to kill you, Mr. Paris?
Kill me!
He said Mr. Paris must be killed. Mr. Paris no goodly man. Mr. Paris mean man and no gentleman. And he bid me rise out of my bed and slit her throat. But I tell him, I don't hate that man. I don't want to kill that man. But he say, you work for me and I make you free. I give you pretty dress to wear and put you way up high in the air and you can fly back to Barbados. But I tell him, shall I, devil, shall I? But then, one stormy night, he come to me and he say, look, Tituba, I have a white people belong to me. And I look, and there was Goody Good.
Sarah Good!
Aye, sir, and Goody Osborne.
I knew it! Goody Osborne were midnight to me 3 times. I
see this child suffering. Look at her, Tituba. Look at her God-given innocence. Her soul is so tender. We must protect her, Tituba. The devil is out and preying on her like a beast upon the flesh of a pure lamb. God will bless you for your help.
I want to open myself. I want the light of God. I want the sweet love of Jesus. I danced for the devil. I saw him. I wrote in his book. I go back to Jesus. I kiss his hand. I saw Sarah Good with the devil. I saw Goody Osborne with the devil. I saw Bridget Bishop with the devil. I saw George Jacobs with the devil. I saw Goody Howe with the devil.
She speaks! She speaks! Glory to God, it is broken. They're free!
I saw Martha Bells with the devil. I saw Goody Simmer with the devil.
Marshal, I'll call the marshal.
I saw Alice Bells with the devil. I saw
Have
Goody
the marshal
Hawkins
be
with the
honored.
devil. I saw Goody Baker with the devil. I saw Goody Peace with the devil.
What keeps you so late? It's almost dark.
I were planting far out to the forest edge.
You're done then.
Aye, the farm is seeded. The boys asleep?
They will be soon.
Pray now for a fair summer.
Aye,
Are you well today?
I am. It is a rabbit.
Is it? In Jonathan's trap?
No, she walked right into the house this afternoon. I found her sitting in the corner like she'd come to visit.
That's a good sign walking in.
Pray God. It hurt my heart to strip her, poor thing.
I think we'll see green fields this summer. It's warm as blood beneath the clods.
That's well.
If the crop is good, I'll buy George Jacobs' heifer. How would that please you?
It would.
I mean to please you, Elizabeth.
I know it, John.
Cider?
Oh, aye.
This farm's a continent when you go foot by foot dropping seeds in it.
It must be.
You ought to bring some flowers in the house.
Oh, I forgot. I will tomorrow.
It's winter in here yet. On Sunday, let you come with me and we'll walk the farm together. I never did see such a load of flowers on the earth. Lilac has a purple smell, I think. Lilac is the smell of nightfall. Massachusetts is a beauty in the spring.
Aye, it is.
I think you're sad again, are you?
You come so late. I thought you'd gone to Salem this afternoon.
Why? I have no business in Salem.
You did talk of going earlier this week.
Aye. I thought better of it since.
Mary Warren's there today.
Why'd you let her? You heard me forbid her go to Salem anymore.
I couldn't stop her.
It is a fault. It is a fault, Elizabeth. You're the mistress here, not Mary Warren.
She frightened all my strength away.
How may that mouse frighten you?
It is a mouse no more. I forbid her go, and she raises up her chin like the daughter of a prince and says, I must go to Salem, Goody Proctor. I'm an official of the court.
Court? What court?
Aye, it's a proper court they have now. They have 4 judges out of Boston, she says, weighty magistrates of the general court. And at the head sits the deputy governor of the province.
Well, why, she's mad.
Would to God she were. There are 14 people in the jail now, she says. And they'll be tried, and the court have power to hang them, too.
They'd never
The
hang.
deputy governor promised hanging if they'll not confess, John. The town's gone wild, I think. She talked of Abigail, and I thought she were a saint to hear her. Abigail leads the other girls into the court. And where she walks, the crowd will part like the sea for Israel. And they bring folks before them, and if they scream and howl and fall to the ground, the person's clapped in the jail for bewitching them.
Oh, it is a black mischief.
I think you must go to Salem, John. You must tell them it is a fraud.
Aye, it is, surely.
Let you go to Ezekiel Schiefer. He knows you well. Tell him what she told you last week at her uncle's house. She said it had naught to do with witchcraft, did she not?
Aye, she did.
Let you go to to Salem. I think they must be told.
Aye. They must. They must. It is a wonder they do believe her.
I would go now. Let you go tonight.
I'll think on it.
You cannot keep it.
I know I cannot keep it. I say I will think on it.
Good then. Let you think on it.
I only wonder how I may prove what she told me. If the girl's a saint now, I think it is not easy to prove that she's fraud, and the town gone so silly. She told it to me in a room alone. I have no proof for it.
You were alone with her?
For a moment alone, aye.
Then it is not as you told me.
For a moment, I say. The others come in soon after.
Do as you wish.
I'll not have your suspicion,
I
woman.
have no-
I'll not have it!
Then let you not earn it.
Do you doubt me yet?
John, if it were not Abigail, you must go to her. Would you falter now? I think not.
Now look you here.
I see what I see, John.
You will not judge me more, woman. I have good reason to think before I go to charge fraud on Abigail, and I will think on it. Let you look to your own improvement before you go to judge your husband anymore. I have forgot Abigail.
I?
Spare me! You forget nothing and forgive nothing. Learn charity, woman. I've gone tiptoe in this house all 7 months since she is gone. I do not go from there to there without I think to please you, and yet an everlasting funeral marches round your heart. I cannot speak, but I am doubted. Every moment judged for lies, as though I come into a court when I come into this house.
John, you're not open with me. You said you saw her with a crowd, and now
I'll
you say
plead my honesty no more.
John, I'm only...
No more! I should have roared you down when first you told me your suspicions. But I wilted, and like a Christian I confessed. Confessed! Some dream I had must have mistaken you for God that day, but you're not! You're not, and let you remember it! Let you look sometimes for the goodness in me, and judge me not.
Do not judge you. The magistrate sits in your heart that judges you. I never thought you but a good man, John, only somewhat bewildered.
Oh, Elizabeth, your justice would freeze beer. How do you go to Salem when I forbid it? Do you mock me? I'll whip you if you dare leave this house again.
I'm sick. I'm sick. Pray hurt me not. My insides are all shuddery. I've been in the proceedings all day.
Oh, and what are the proceedings here? When will you proceed to keep this house, as you are paid £9 a year to do, and my wife not wholly well?
I made a gift for you today, Kitty Proctor. I had to spend long hours in the chair and spent the time sewing this.
Why, thank you. It's a fair profit.
We must all love each other now, Kitty Proctor.
Aye, indeed, we must.
I'll get up early and clean the house. I must go now.
Mary, is it true there be 14 women arrested?
No, sir. There be 39 now.
Oh, she's weeping. What ails you, child?
Goody Osborne will hang.
Hang? Hang, you say?
Aye,
The deputy governor will permit it?
he has to. He condemned her. But not Sarah Good. For Sarah Good confessed, you see,
Confess to what?
that she sometimes made compact with the devil and wrote her name in his black book with blood and bound herself to torment Christians until heaven's thrown down and we must worship hell forevermore.
But surely you know what a jabberer she is. Did you tell them that?
But Mr. Proctor, in open court, she near choked us all to death.
How choked you?
Well, she sent her spirit out.
Oh, Mary, surely
She
you know-
tried to kill me many times, Goody Proctor.
I never heard you mention it before.
I never knew it before. I never knew anything before. So many times she'd come to this very door, asking a bit of. She comes to the court, and she stands there, denying. And I feel a misty coldness climbing up my back, and the skin on my scalp begins to creep. And my neck tightens, and I cannot breathe air. And then I hear a voice, a screaming voice. And it were my voice. And then I remembered everything she'd ever done to me.
Why? What has she done to you?
So many times, Mr. Proctor, she came to this very door, asking a bit of bread and a cup of cider. And mark you this, every time that I turned her away, she mumbled. Mumble? Well, she may mumble if she's hungry. But what does she mumble? You must remember. On Monday, I believe. I turned her way, as usual. And I thought my guts would burst for 2 days after. Do you remember it?
I do, I think.
So I told that to Judge Hawthorne, to which he says to her, Mistress Osborne, what curse do you mumble that this girl should suffer for turning you away? Says he. To which she replies, why, your excellence, no curse at all. I only say my commandments. I hope I may say my commandments.
And that's
says
an
he.
upright answer.
Aye. But then Judge Hawthorne said, recite for us your commandments. And of the 10, she couldn't say a single one. She never knew no commandments. They had her in a flat lie.
And so condemned her.
Why, they must when she condemned herself.
But the proof, the proof!
It's hard proof. Hard as rock. The judges said.
You will not go to court again, Mary Warren.
I must go to court every day for some time now. I'm amazed you do not see what weighty work we do.
What work you do? It's strange work for a Christian girl to hang old women.
But they'll not hang if they confess. Sarah Good will only spend some time in jail and think on this. Goody Good is pregnant.
Pregnant? Are they mad? The woman's near to 60.
They had Dr. Giggs examine her. She's full to the brim. And all these years smoking a pipe and no husband either. But they'll not kill her, for they'll not hurt the innocent child. But be that not a marvel? You must see it for what it is, sir. It's God's work we do. So I'll be gone now, every day, for some time. I'm an official of the court this
I'll official you!
I'll not stand whipping anymore.
Mary, promise now you'll stay at home.
But the devil's loose in Salem. Mr. Proctor, we must discover where he's hiding.
I'll whip the devil out of
I
you!
didn't like today.
I'm accused?
Somewhat mentioned.
Who
But I told them I'd never seen any sign, and seeing as I do live so closely with you, they dismissed it.
Who accuses me?
I cannot tell it. I'm bound by the law. I only hope that you will not be so sarcastical with me. 4 judges and a king's deputy sat to dinner with us. I would have you treat me civilly. From this out.
Go to bed.
I'll not be ordered to bed like a child anymore. I'm 18. I'm a woman, however single.
Do you wish to sit up? Then sit up!
I'll wish to go to bed.
Good night, then.
Good night.
The noose. The noose is up.
There'll be no noose.
She wants me dead, John. I knew all week it would come to this.
They dismissed it. You heard her say.
And what of tomorrow? She will cry me out until they take me.
Sit you down, Elizabeth.
She wants me dead, John. You know it.
I say sit down. We must be wise now, Elizabeth.
Indeed. Indeed.
I'll find Ezekiel Cheever. I'll tell him she said it. We're all in sport.
John, with so many in the jail, more than Cheever's help is needed now. Will you favor me with this? Go to Abigail.
What have I to say to Abigail?
John, grant me this. You have a faulty understanding of young girls. There's a promise made in any bed.
What promise?
Spoke or silent, a promise is surely made, and she may dote on it now. Thinks to kill me and take my place. It is her dearest hope, John, I know it. There'll be 1,000 names, why does she call mine? There'll be a certain danger in calling such a name. I'm no goody-good who sleeps in ditches, nor Osborne drunk and half-witted. She wouldn't dare call out such a farmer's wife, but there'd be monstrous profit in it. She thinks to take my place.
She cannot think it.
John, have you ever shown her somewhat of contempt? She cannot pass you in the church, but you will blush.
I may blush for my sin.
I think she sees another meaning in that blush.
What see you, Elizabeth? What see you?
I suppose you'd be somewhat ashamed, for I am there and she's so close.
Woman, when will you know me? Were I stone, I would have cracked for shame this 7 month.
Then go and tell her she's a whore. Whatever promise she may sense, break it, John. Break it.
Very well, then I'll go.
How unwillingly.
I will curse her, hotter than the oldest cinder in hell, but pray begrudge me not my anger.
Your anger, I only
Do
ask-
you think me so base? Do you truly think me base?
I never
called you base.
Then how do you charge me with such a promise? The promise that a stallion gives a mare I gave that girl.
Then why do you anger with me when I bid you break it?
Because it speaks deceit, and I am honest. But I'll plead with you no more. I see now that your spirit twists around the single arrow of my life, and I will never tear it free.
You'll tear it free. When you come to know that I will be your only wife or no wife at all. She has an arrow in you yet, John Proctor, and you know it well.
Good evening.
Mr. Hale. Good evening, sir. Good evening. Come in.
I hope I did not startle you.
No, it's only we heard no horse.
You are Goodwife Proctor?
I, Elizabeth.
I hope you're not up to bed yet.
No, we're not used to visitors after dark, but you're welcome here, sir. Will you sit you down?
I will. Let you sit, Goodwife Proctor.
Will you take cider, Mr. Hale?
No, no. It rebels my stomach. I have some further traveling yet tonight. I will not keep you long, but I do have some business with you.
Business of the court?
No, no, no. I come of my own, without the court's authority. Hear me. I know not if you are aware, but your wife's name is mentioned in the court.
We have heard it, sir. Our Mary Warren told us. We are entirely amazed.
I am a stranger here, as you know, and in my ignorance, I find it difficult to pass judgment on them who come to accuse before the court. And so this afternoon and now tonight, I go from house to house. I come now from Rebecca Nurse's house.
Rebecca's charged?
God forbid such a one be charged. She is, however, mentioned somewhat.
You will never believe, I hope, that Rebecca trafficked with the devil.
Woman, it is possible.
Surely you cannot think it.
These are strange times, mister. No man may longer doubt that the forces of darkness are gathered in monstrous attack upon this village. You have seen too many proofs to deny it. You will agree, sir.
I have no knowledge of it, but it is strange to think that so pious a woman could be secretly a devil's bitch after 70 years of such good prayer.
Aye, but the devil is a wily one. You will not deny it. However, she is far from accused, and I know she will not be. I thought to put some questions as to the Christian character of this house, if you will permit me.
We have no fear of questions.
Good then. In the book of record that Mr. Paris keeps, I note that you are rarely in the church on the Sabbath day.
No, sir, you are mistaken.
26th time in 17th month. I must call that rare, sir.
I never knew I must account to that man for whether I go to church or stay at home. My wife were ill this winter.
So I am told, but you, sir, why could you not come alone?
I surely did come when I could, and when I could not, I prayed in this house.
Sir, your house is not a church. Your theology must tell you that.
Aye, it does, and it tells me that minister may pray to God without he have golden candlesticks on the altar.
What golden candlesticks?
Ever since we built the church, we had pewter candlesticks on the altar. Francis Nurse made them, you know, and a sweeter hand never touched the metal. Then Paris come, and for 20 weeks he preached nothing but golden candlesticks until he have them. I labor the earth from dawn of day to blink of night, sir, and I tell you true, when I look up to heaven and see my money glaring at his elbows, it hurt my prayer, sir, it hurt my prayer. I think sometimes the man dreams cathedrals, not clapboard meeting houses.
And yet, sir, a Christian on Sabbath day must be in the church. Tell me, you have 3 children.
Aye, boys.
How comes it only 2 are baptized?
I like it not that Mr. Paris should lay his hands upon my baby. I see no light of God in that man, I'll not conceal it.
I must tell you, sir, that is not for you to decide. The man is ordained, and thus the light of God is in him.
What's your suspicion, Mr.
No,
Hale?
no, no, I have no suspicion.
I nailed the roof upon the church. I hung the door.
Oh, did you? That's a good sign, then.
We may have been too quick to take Mr. Paris to book, but we have surely never desired the destruction of religion in this house. I think that's on your mind, sir.
There is a softness in your record, sir, a softness.
Perhaps we have been too hard on Mr. Paris. I think so. But sure, we never loved the devil here.
Do you know your commandments, Elizabeth?
I surely do. There be no mark of blame on my life, Mr. Hale. I'm a covenanted Christian woman.
And you, sir?
I'm sure I do.
Let you name them, if you will.
The commandments.
Aye.
Thou shalt not kill.
Aye.
Thou shalt not steal.
Aye.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods, nor make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord in vain. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Thou shalt honor thy father and mother. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
You have said that one twice, sir.
Aye.
Adultery, John.
Aye. You see, sir, between the two of us, we do know them all. I think it would be a small fault.
Theology, sir, is a fortress. No crack in a fortress may be accounted small.
There be no love for Satan in this house, sir.
I pray it. I pray it dearly. I bid you good night.
Mr. Hale, I do think you are suspecting me somewhat, are you not?
Goody Proctor, I do not judge you. It is my duty to bring what I may to the godly wisdom of the court. I bid you good health and good fortune. Good evening, sir.
I think you must tell him, John.
What's that?
Will you tell him?
I have no proof for it, save my word be taken. But I do know that the girl's sickness had naught to do with witchcraft.
Not to do?
Mr. Paris found them sporting in the woods. The girl startled and took sick.
Who told you this?
Abigail Williams.
Abigail!
Aye.
Abigail Williams told you it had not to do with witchcraft.
She told me the day you came, sir.
Why did you keep this?
I did not know until today that the world had gone daft with such nonsense.
Nonsense! Mister, I have myself examined Tituba, Sarah Good, and numerous others. They've all confessed to dealing with the devil. They have confessed it.
And why not when they will hang for denying it? Them will swear to anything before they hang. Have you never thought of that?
I have. I have indeed. And you, sir, will you testify to this in court?
I have not reckoned on taking it to court, but if I must, I will.
Do you falter here?
I falter nothing, but I may wonder if my story will be credited in such a court. I do wonder if when such a steady-minded minister as yourself will suspicion a woman who has never lied, and who cannot, and whom the whole world knows she cannot. I may falter somewhat, mister, I am no fool.
Proctor, let you open with me now, for I have a rumor which troubles me. I've heard it said that you hold no belief there may even be witches in this world. Is that true, sir?
I know not what I have said. I may have said it. It is true that I have wondered if there be witches in this world, although I cannot believe they come among us now.
But you do believe
I have no knowledge of it. The Bible speaks of witches, and I will not deny them.
And you, woman,
I cannot believe it.
you cannot?
Elizabeth, you bewilder him.
I cannot think the devil may own a woman's soul, Mr. Hale, when she keeps an upright way as I have. I am a good woman, sir, I know it. And if you think I may do only good works in the world, and yet be secretly bound to Satan, then I tell you, sir, I do not believe it.
But surely you do believe
If you say that I am one, then I say there are none.
Surely you do not fly against the gospel.
She believed the gospel, every word.
Question Abigail Williams about the gospel, not myself.
You cannot mean to think she doubts the gospel, sir. This be a Christian house, a Christian house.
May God keep you both. Let you come to church every Sunday on the Sabbath prayer, and keep a quiet, solemn way about you. I think that if we just...
John,
Giles, what's the matter?
they take my wife, and Rebecca.
Rebecca's in the jail?
Aye, Cheever come and take her in his wagon. We've only just come from the jail, and they'll not even let us in to see them.
They've surely gone wild now, Mr. Hale.
Reverend Hale, can you not speak to the deputy governor? I'm sure he mistakes these people.
Pray calm yourself, nurse.
My wife is the very brick and mortar of the church, Mr. Hale.
How exactly...
And Martha Corey, there cannot be a woman closer to God than Martha.
How exactly was she charged, Mr. Nurse?
For murder, she's charged. For the marvelous and supernatural murder of Goody Putnam's babies. What am I to do, Mr. Hale?
Believe me, Mr. Nurse, if Rebecca and Nurse be tainted, there's nothing left to stop the whole green world from burning. Let you rest upon the justice of the court. They will send her home, I know it.
You cannot mean she'll be tried in court.
Nurse, though our hearts break, we cannot flinch. These are new times, sir. There's a misty plot afoot, so subtle we should be criminal to cling to old respects and ancient friendships. The devil is alive in Salem, and we dare not fail to follow wherever the accusing finger points.
How may such a woman murder children?
Man, remember, an hour before the devil fell, God thought him beautiful in heaven.
I never said my wife was a witch, Mr. Hale. I only said you're reading books.
What charge were brought against your wife, Mr. Corey?
That bloody Mongol rocket charger. You see, 4 or 5 years ago, he bought a pig off my wife, and the pig died soon after. So he comes dancing in for his money back. And then my mother, she says to him, walk out if you haven't to feed the pig properly, you'll not live to own many. Now, he comes to court and claims that from that day to this, he cannot keep a pig alive for more than 4 weeks because my Martha bewitched me with her books.
Good evening to you, Proctor.
Mr. Cheever, good evening.
Good evening, all. Good evening, Mr. Hale.
I hope you come not on business of the court.
I do, Proctor. I am clerk of the court now, you know.
It is a pity, Ezekiel, that an honest tailor might have gone to heaven must burn in hell. You'll burn for this, do you know it?
You know yourself I must do as I'm told. You surely know that, Giles, and I'll leave you not be sending me to hell on account of it. I like not the sound of it, I tell you. I like not the sound of it. Now, believe me, Proctor, how heavy be the law, all its tonnage I do carry on my back tonight. I have a warrant for your wife.
You said she were not charged.
I know nothing of it. When was she charged, Mr. Cheever?
I'm given 16 warrant tonight, sir, and she is what?
Who charged her?
Oh, why, Abigail Williams charged her.
On what proof?
Mr. Proctor, I have little time. The court bid me search your house, but I like not to search a home. So will you hand me any pups that your wife may keep here?
Poppets?
I never kept no puppets, not since I was a girl.
I spy a puppet, Goody Proctor.
Oh, that? This is Mary's.
Will you please give it to me?
Have they discovered a text in puppets now?
Do you keep any others in this house?
No, nor this one till tonight. Why, what signifies a poppet?
A puppet? A puppet may signify... Now, woman, will you please come with me?
She will not. Go fetch Mary, Elizabeth.
No, no, I'm forbid to leave her from my sight.
You'll leave her out of sight and out of mind, mister. Go fetch Mary.
What signifies a poppet, Mr. Cheever?
Why, they say that it may signify that she... Why...
What is it?
Why, this... Why... It is a needle! Herrick! Herrick! It is a needle!
What signifies a needle?
Why, this go hard with her. I have my doubts, Proctor, I have my doubts, but here's calamity. You see it, sir, it is a needle.
Why? What meaning has it?
The girl, the Williams girl, Abigail Williams, sir. She sat to dinner in Reverend Parris's house tonight, and without word nor warning, she falls to the floor. Like a struck beast, he says. And she screamed a scream that a bull would weep to hear. And he goes to save her, and stuck 2 inches into the flesh of her belly, he draw a needle out. And demanding of her how she come to be so stabbed, she testify it were your wife's familiar spirit pushed it in.
Why, she done it herself. I hope you're not taking this for proof, mister.
'Tis hard proof. I find here a poppet Goody Proctor keeps. I found it, sir. And in the belly of the poppet, a needle stuck. I tell you the true, Proctor, I never warranted to see such proof of hell.
Here now! Mary, tell him how this poppet came to be in my house.
What puppet's that, sir?
This poppet, this poppet.
Why, I think it is mine.
It is your poppet, is it not?
It is.
And how did it come to be in my house?
Well, I made it in court and gave it to Goody Proctor.
Do you have it, sir?
Mary Warren, a needle were found inside this poppet.
But I meant no harm by it.
It was you stuck the needle in, was it not?
It was.
What say you now?
Child, are you sure this be your natural memory? It cannot be that somebody conjures you even now to say this.
Conjures me? Why, no, I think I'm entirely myself. Let you ask Susanna Walcott. She saw me sewing in court today. Ask Abby. Abby sat next to me in court today.
Bid him out. Your mind is surely satisfied now. Bid him leave, Mr. Hale.
Mary, you charge a cold, cruel murder on Abigail.
Murder? I charge no murder!
Abigail were stabbed tonight. A needle were found inside her belly.
And she accuses me.
Aye.
The girl is murdered. She must be ripped from the world.
You heard that, sir? Ripped from this world. Herrick, you heard it.
Out of my sight! Out of my sight!
Proctor, you dare not touch the warrant.
Out of my sight!
You've ripped the deputy governor's warrants, man.
Out of my house. Get out with you!
Proctor.
Get you out with him. You are a broken minister.
Proctor, if she is innocent, then the court will send her home.
If she is innocent, why do you never ask if Paris be innocent, or Abigail? Is the accuser always holy now? Are they born this morning as clean as God's fingers? I'll tell you what's walking Salem. Vengeance is walking Salem. We are what we always were in Salem, but now the little crazy children are jangling the keys to the kingdom, and common vengeance writes the law. This warrants vengeance. I'll not give my life to vengeance!
John, I'll go.
You will not go.
I have 9 men outside, John. You cannot keep her. I cannot budge, John. The law binds me.
Will you see her taken?
Proctor, the court is just.
Pontius Pilate! The Lord will not let you wash your hands of this.
John, I think I must go with them. Mary, there's bread enough for the morning. You'll bake in the afternoon. Help Mr. Proctor as though you were his daughter. You owe me that. And much more. When the children wake, speak nothing of witchcraft. It'll frighten them.
I will bring you home. I will bring you soon.
John, bring me soon.
I will fall like an ocean upon that court. Fear nothing, Elizabeth.
I will fear nothing. Tell the children I've gone to visit someone sick.
Herrick! Herrick, don't chain her! Damn you, man, you will not chain her! Off with there! I'll not have it, I'll not have her chained!
And yet, silent minister, it is fraud. You know it is fraud. What keeps you, man?
I'll pay you, Herrick! I will surely pay you!
In God's name, John! I cannot help myself. I must chain them all. Get you back inside his house till I am gone.
Mr. Proctor.
Get you out.
Charity, Proctor. Charity. What I've heard in her favor, I will not fear to testify in court. Know this. The world goes mad, and it profit nothing you lay the blame on the vengeance of a little girl.
You are a coward. Though you be ordained in God's own tears, you are a coward now.
Proctor, I cannot believe that God's vengeance be so grandly provoked by such a petty cause. Our jails are packed. Our highest judges sit in Salem now, and hanging is promised. We must look to cause proportionate. Where there's some murder done and never brought to light, abomination, some blasphemy that sticks to heaven, think on cause, man, and let you help me to discover it. For there is your way, believe it. There is your only way when such madness strikes upon this world. Let you counsel among yourselves, and think about what may have brought God's thundering wrath down upon this village. I shall pray God open up our eyes.
I never heard no murder done in Salem.
Leave me, Francis. Leave me.
John, tell me, are we lost?
Go home now, Giles. We'll speak on it in the morning.
Let you think on it. We'll come early, eh?
Aye. Go now, Giles.
Good night, then.
Mr. Proctor? Very likely. They'll let her go, once given proper evidence.
You're coming with me to court, Mary. You'll tell it in the court.
I cannot charge murder on Abigail.
You will tell the court how that poppet came to be here and who stuck the needle in.
They'll turn on me. I will charge lecture on you, Mr. Proctor.
She's told you.
I have known it. She'll ruin you with it. I know she will.
Good. Then her saintliness is done with. We will slide together into our pit. You will tell the court what you know.
They'll turn on me. I can't. They will kill me.
My wife will not die for me. I will bring your guts into your mouth, but that goodness will not die for me.
Please, you don't understand.
Make your peace with it.
I cannot.
Now hell and heaven grapple upon our backs, and all our old pretenses stripped away. Make your peace.
I cannot.
Peace. It is a providence and no great change. We are what we always were in Salem, but naked now. Aye, naked. And the wind, God's icy wind, will blow.
Now, Martha Corey, there is abundant evidence in our hands to show that you have given yourself to the reading of fortunes. Do you deny it?
I am innocent to a witch. I know not what a witch is.
How then do you know that you are not a witch?
If I were one, I would know it.
of my way, Harry. I have evidence for the court.
Cannot go in there!
Mr. Hale, go in there and demand I speak.
Pray be calm a moment.
They mean hanging my wife.
A moment, sir, a moment.
How do you dare come roaring into this court, Corey? You gone daft?
You're not the boss of Judge Hoffman. You're not call me daft.
Who is this man?
Giles Corey, sir, and a more contentious...
I am asked a question and I'm old enough to answer it. My name is Corey, sir, Giles Corey. I have 600 acres of land and timber rendition. It is my wife you'll be condemning now.
And how do you imagine to help her cause with such contemptuous right? Now be gone! Your old age alone keeps you out of jail for this.
Your Excellency, there's been certain lies about my wife, sir.
Do you take it upon yourself to determine what this court shall believe and what it shall set aside?
Your Honor, we have disrespect for the court.
Disrespect indeed. It is a disruption, mister. This is the highest court of the supreme government of this province. Do you know it?
Your Excellency, they come into my house and they come out for reading books, and I can't have that.
Books? What books?
It is my third wife, Your Honor. You see, I never had a wife be so taken with books. And I thought to find the cause of it, you see. I don't know which I blame her for. I work in charity with this woman. I work in charity with her.
Excellency, he claims hard evidence in his wife's defense. I think that in all justice you must hear him.
Then let him submit his evidence in proper affidavit. You certainly know our procedure here, Mr. Hale. Clear this room.
Come, Giles.
We are desperate, sir. We come here 3 days now and cannot be heard.
Who is this man?
Francis Nurse, Your Excellency.
His wife's Rebecca, but were condemned this morning.
Indeed. I'm amazed to find you in such uproar. I've only good report of your character, Mr. Nurse.
I think they must both be arrested in contempt, Excellency.
Peace, Judge Hawthorne. Let him write his plea, and in due time I will let him...
Excellency, we have proof for your eyes. God forbid you chuck them to it. The girls, sir, the girls are frauds.
What's that?
We have proof of it. They're all deceiving you.
This is the contempt, sir, contempt!
Peace. Do you know who I am, Mr. Nurse?
I surely do. And I think you must be a wise judge to be what you are.
And you know that near to 400 are in the jails from Marblehead to Lynn, and upon my signature. And 72 condemned to hang by that signature.
Excellency, I never thought to say it to such a weighty judge. But you are deceived.
Mary Warren, what are you about here?
She would speak with the deputy governor. Did you not tell me that Mary Warren were sick in bed?
She were, Your Honor. When I went to fetch her last week, they told me so.
She's been striving to sell all week, Your Honor. She comes down to tell the truth of this to you.
Who is this man?
John Proctor, sir. Elizabeth Proctor is my wife.
You are this man, Your Excellency. This man is mischief.
I think you must hear the girl, sir. What she has to say is pivotal to this whole affair.
Peace. What would you tell us, Mary Warren?
She never saw no spirits, sir.
Never saw no spirits?
Never.
She has signed a deposition,
No,
sir.
no, I accept no depositions. Tell me, Mr. Proctor, have you given out this story in the village?
No, we have not.
They've come to overthrow this court, Your Honor.
I pray you. Mr. Proctor, do you know that the entire contention of the state in these trials is that the voice of heaven is speaking through the children?
I know that, yes.
And you, Mary Warren, how came you to cry out people for sending your spirits against you?
It were pretense, sir.
I cannot hear you.
Pretense, she says.
And the other girls? Susanna Walcott and the others. They're also pretending.
Aye, sir.
Indeed.
Excellency, you surely cannot think that so vile a lie be spread in open court.
Indeed not. But it strike hard upon me that you will dare come here with such a tale. Now, Mr. Proctor, before I determine whether I shall hear you or not, it is my duty to tell you this. We burn a hot fire here. It melts down all concealment.
I know that, sir.
Let me continue. I understand well that a husband's tenderness may drive him to extravagance in defense of a wife. Are you certain in your conscience, mister, that your evidence is the truth?
It is, sir, and you will surely know it.
And you thought to declare this revelation before in the open court, before the public?
With your permission, sir, I.
Now, sir, what is your purpose in so doing?
I would free my wife, sir.
There lurks nowhere in your heart, nor hidden in your spirit, any desire to undermine this court.
Why, no, sir.
Your Excellency,
Mr. Cheever.
I think it'd be my duty, sir. You'll not deny it, John. When we come to take his wife, he damned the court and ripped your warrant.
Now you have it.
He did that, Mr. Hale?
Aye, he did.
It were a temper, sir. I knew not what I did.
Mr. Proctor.
Aye.
Have you seen the devil in your life?
No, sir.
You are in all respects a gospel Christian.
I am, sir.
Such a Christian will not come to church but once in a month.
Not come to church.
I have no love for Mr. Paris. I'll not conceal it. But God I surely love.
He plow on Sundays, sir.
Plow on Sunday?
I think it be evidence, John. I cannot keep it. I am official of the court.
I have once or twice plowed on Sunday. I have 3 small children, sir, and until last year my land gave little.
You'll find other Christians that do plow on Sunday if the truth be known.
I do not think you can judge a man on such evidence, sir.
I judge nothing. I tell you straight, mister. I have seen marvels in this court. I have seen people choked before my eyes by spirits. I have seen them stuck by pins and slashed by daggers. I have until this moment not the slightest reason to suspect that the children may be deceiving me. Do you understand my meaning?
Your Excellency, does it not strike upon you that so many of these women have lived for so long and with such upright reputation?
Do you read the Gospel, Mr. Proctor?
I read the Gospel.
I think not, or you should surely know that Cain were an upright man, and yet he did kill Abel.
Aye, God tells us that. But who tells us that Rebecca Nurse murdered 7 babies by sending out her spirit on them? It is the children only, and this one will swear she lied to you.
Aye, sir, she's the one.
Mr. Proctor, your wife sent me a claim this morning in which she states she is pregnant now.
My wife pregnant?
There be no sign of it. We have examined her body.
But if she says she is pregnant, then she must be. That woman will never lie, sir.
She will not.
Never, sir, never.
We thought it too convenient to be credited. However, if I should tell you now that I will let her be kept another month, and if she begins to show her natural signs, you will have her living yet another year until she is delivered. What say you to that? Come, man, you say your only purpose is to save your wife. Good then. She is saved at least this year, and a year is long. What say you, sir? It is done then. Will you drop this charge?
I think I cannot, sir.
Then your purpose is somewhat larger.
He's come to overthrow the court, Your Honor.
These are my friends. Their wives also stand accused.
I judge nothing. I will hear your evidence.
I come not to hurt the court. I wish only to display...
Marshal, go into the court. Bid Judge Stout and Judge Sewell declare recess for 1 hour. Let them go to the tavern if they will. All witnesses and prisoners must be kept inside the building.
Aye, sir. If I may, Your Excellency, I have known this man all my life, sir. He is a good man, sir.
I am sure of it. Now, Mr. Proctor, what deposition do you have for us? And I beg you be honest, open as the sky, and clear.
I am no lawyer, so I'll speak
The
plainly.
pure in heart need no lawyers. Proceed as you will.
If you would read this one first, sir. It's a testament of sorts. The people signing it declare their good opinion of Rebecca
Good opinion.
and my wife and Martha Corey. If you'll see, sir, these are all landholding farmers, members of the church. They've known the women for many years, sir, and they've never seen no sign of any dealings with the devil.
How many names are here?
91, Your Excellency.
These people should be summoned for questioning.
Mr. Danforth, I gave these people my word. No harm would come to them for signing this.
This is a clear attack upon the court.
Is every defense an attack upon the court? Can no
All
one...
innocent and Christian people are happy for the courts in Salem. These people are gloomy for it. And I think you will want to know from each and every one of them what discontents them with you.
I think they ought to be questioned, sir.
It is not necessarily an attack, I think, yet...
These are all covenanted Christians, sir.
Then they must have nothing to fear. Draw warrants up for all of these, Mr. Cheever. Arrest for examination. Now, Mr. Proctor, what other information do you have for us? You may sit, Mr. Nurse.
I have brought trouble on these people.
No, old man. You have not hurt these people if they are on good conscience. But you must understand, a person is either with this court or must be counted against it. There be no road between. Now is a precise time, a sharp time. We live no longer in the dusky afternoon when evil mixed itself with good and befouled the world. Now, by God's grace, the shining sun is up, and them that fear not light will surely praise it. I hope you will be one of those. She's not hardy, I see.
No, sir, she's not. Mary, remember what the angel Raphael said to the boy Tobias. Remember it.
Aye.
Do that which is good, and no harm will come to thee.
Come,
Aye.
man, we wait you.
John, my deposition. Give him mine.
This is Giles Corey's deposition.
What lawyer drew this, Corey?
You know I never hired a lawyer in my life, Hawthorne.
It was very well phrased. My compliments. Mr. Paris, if Mr. Putnam is in the court, will you bring him here? You have no legal training, Mr. Corey.
I have the best, sir. I am 33 times in the court in my life. And know his plaintiff, too.
Then you are much put upon.
I am never put upon. I know my rights, sir, and I will have them. You know, your father tried a case of mine 35 years ago, I think.
Indeed.
He never spoke to you then?
No, I cannot recall.
That's strange. He gave me £9 damages. You were a fair judge, Your Honor. You see, I had a white mare that time. This fellow came to Baldwin and... Aye, there he is.
Mr. Putnam, remove your hat in my presence. I have here an accusation by Mr. Corey against you. It states that you coldly prompted your daughter to cry witchery upon George Jacobs that is now in jail.
It is a lie.
Mr. Putnam states your charge is a lie. What say you to that?
Fatum, Thomas Putnam, that is what I say to that.
What proof do you submit for your charge, sir?
My proof is there. If Jacobs hangs for a witch, he forfeits of his property. That's law. And there is none but Putnam with a coin to buy so great a peace. This man is killing his neighbors for their land.
But proof, sir?
My proof is there. I have it from an honest man who heard Putnam say it. The day his daughter cried out on Jacobs, he said she'd given him a fair gift of land.
And the name of this man?
What name?
The man that gave you this information.
I can't give you his name.
And why not?
You know why not? He'll lay in jail if I give you his name.
Mr. Danforth, this is contempt of the court.
You will surely give us the name.
I will give you no name. I mentioned my wife's name once and I'll burn in hell long enough for that. I stand mute.
In that case, you understand. I must arrest you for contempt of this court.
This is a hearing. You can't clap me for contempt of a hearing.
Oh, as a proper lawyer? Do you wish me to declare the court in full session here, or will you give me good reply?
I can't give you no name, sir. I cannot.
You are a foolish old man. Mr. Cheever, begin the record. The court is now in session.
Your Honor, he has the story in confidence.
The devil lives on such confidences. Without confidences, there could be no conspiracy, Your Honor.
I think it must be broken, sir.
Old man, if your informant tells the truth, let him come here openly like a decent man. But if he hide in anonymity, I must know why. Now, sir, the government and Central Church demand of you the name who reported Mr. Thomas Putnam a common murderer.
Excellency,
Mr. Hale,
we cannot blink it anymore. There's a prodigious fear of the court in the country.
there is a prodigious guilt in the country. You are not afraid to be questioned here, are you?
I may only fear the Lord, but there's a guilt in the country nevertheless.
Reproach me not with the fear in the country. There is a fear in the country because there is a moving plot to topple Christ in the country.
But it does not follow that everyone accused is a part of it.
No uncorrupted man may fear this court, Mr. Hale. None! You are under arrest for contempt of this court. Now sit you down and take counsel with yourself, or you will be set in the jail until you can answer all questions. No, Giles! No!
I got your front button! I'll kill you yet!
Peace, Giles, peace! We'll prove ourselves. We will.
Say nothing more, John. He's only playing you. He means to hang us all!
It's the court of law. I have no treachery here.
Your Honor, please, forgive him his old age. Giles, peace. We'll prove ourselves. Now we will. Mary, you must not weep. Remember what the angel says to the boy, Mary. Remember it. Hold to it. Let that be a rock. This is Mary Warren's deposition. When you read it, sir, I would ask you to remember that until 2 weeks ago, you were no different than the other children. You saw her scream, she howled, she swore familiar spirits choked her. She even testified that the devil, in the form of the women now in jail, came and strived to win her soul from her. And when she refused...
We know all this.
Aye, sir. She swears now that she never saw the devil, nor any spirit vague or clear that he may have sent to harm her. And she declares her friends are lying now.
Excellency, a moment. I think this goes to the heart of the matter.
It surely does.
I cannot say he's an honest man. I know him little. But in all justice, sir, a claim so weighty cannot be argued by a farmer. I pray you, stop now, send him home, and let him come again with a lawyer.
Now look you, Mr. Hale.
Excellency, I have signed 72 death warrants. I am a minister of the Lord, and I dare not take away a life without there be a proof so immaculate no slightest qualm of conscience may doubt it.
You certainly do not doubt my justice, do you, Mr. Hale?
I have this morning signed away the life of Rebecca Nurse, Your Honor. I'll not conceal it. My hand shakes yet as with a wound. I pray you, stop now before another is condemned.
Believe me, Mr. Hale, for a man of such terrible learning, you are most bewildered. I hope you will forgive me. I have been 32 years at the bar, sir, and I should be confounded if I were called up to defend these people. Let you consider now, and I bid you all do likewise. In an ordinary crime, how does one defend the accused? One calls up witnesses to prove his innocence. But witchcraft is ipso facto on its face and by its nature an invisible crime, is it not? Therefore, who may possibly be witness to it? The witch and the victim, none other. Now we cannot hope that the witch will accuse herself, granted. Therefore, we must rely upon her victims. And they do testify. The children certainly do testify. As for the witches, none will deny we are most eager for all their confessions. Therefore, what more may a lawyer bring out? I think I made my point. Have I not?
But this girl claims that the children are not truthful, and if they are not, then everything they've said must be thrown out.
That is precisely what I'm about to consider. What more may you ask of me, unless you doubt my probity?
I surely do not, sir. Let you consider it then.
Then let you lay your heart to rest. Her deposition, Mr. Proctor.
Your Honor, I should like to question...
I bid you be silent! Mr. Cheever, go into the court. Bring the girls here. Now, Mary Warren, how came you to this turnabout? Has Mr. Proctor threatened you for this deposition?
No, sir.
Has he ever threatened you?
No, sir.
Has he threatened you?
No, sir.
Then you tell me that you sat in my court, callously lying, when you knew that people would hang by your evidence? Answer me!
Hi, sir.
How were you instructed in your life? Do you not know that God damns all liars? Or is it now that you lie?
No, I'm with God now.
You are with God now.
Hi.
Tell me this. You are either lying now, or you lie in my court. In either case, you have committed perjury, and you will go to jail for it. You cannot likely say you lied, Mary. Do you know that?
I cannot lie anymore. I'm with God.
Miss Putnam's not in the court, sir. Who are the other children?
These will be sufficient. Sit you down, children. Your friend, Mary Warren, has given us a deposition in which she swears that she never saw any familiar spirits, apparitions, nor any manifest of the devil. She claims as well that none of you have seen these things either. Now, children, this is a court of law. The law, based upon the Bible, and the Bible, written by Almighty God, forbid the practice of witchcraft, and describe death as penalty thereof. But likewise, children, the law and Bible, damn all bearers of false witness. Now, it does not escape me that this deposition may be used to blind us. It may well be that Mary Warren has been conquered by Satan, who sends her here to distract our sacred purpose. If so, her neck will break for it. But if she speak true, I tell you, drop your guile and confess your pretense, for a quick confession will go easier with you. Abigail Williams, rise. Is there any truth in this?
No, sir.
Children, a very augur bit will now be turned into your souls until your honesty can be proven. Will either of you change your position now, or do you force me to hard questioning?
I have not to change, sir. She lies.
You will go on with this then.
Hi.
A pocket were discovered in Mr. Proctor's house, stabbed by a needle. Mary Warren claims that you sat next to her in the court when she made it, and that you saw her make it, and witnessed how she herself stuck the needle into it for safekeeping. What say you?
It is a lie, sir.
While you were in Mr. Proctor's employ, did you ever see poppets in that house?
Goody Proctor always kept poppets.
My wife never kept no poppets. Mary Warren confesses it were her poppet.
Your Excellency,
Mr. Cheever.
when we spoke with Goody Proctor in that house, She said she never kept no poppets, but she said she did keep poppets when she were a girl.
Your Honor, my wife has not been a girl for some 15 years.
But a poppet will keep 15 years if it is kept, will it not?
It will keep if it is kept. But Mary Warren confesses she never saw no poppets in our house, nor anyone else.
Why could there not have been poppets hidden where no one ever saw them?
There could be a dragon with 5 legs in my house, but no one has ever seen it.
We are here, Your Honor, precisely to discover what no one has ever seen.
Your Honor, what profit Mary Warren turned herself about? What may this girl gain but hard questioning and worse?
You're charging Abigail Williams of the marvelous cool plot to murder. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. I believe she means to murder.
This child would murder your wife?
It is not a child. Now hear me, sir. In the sight of this congregation, she were twice this year thrown out of this house for laughter during prayer.
What's that? Laughter during...
Excellency, she wanted to it was power at the time, but she is solemn now.
Aye, now she's sorry and goes to hang people!
Quiet, man!
Excellency, I think it has little bearing on the question. He charges contemplation of murder.
Aye.
Continue, Mr. Proctor.
Mary, tell the governor how you danced in the woods.
Excellency, since I come to Salem, this man is blackening my name.
In a moment. Mary Warren, what about this dancing?
Mr. Proctor,
Abigail leads the girls out to the woods, sir, and they have danced there naked.
Your Honor!
Mr. Paris himself discovered them there in the dead of night. There's the child she is.
Mr. Paris.
I can only say, sir, that I never saw any of them naked, and that this man is... He's
But
constantly...
you saw them dancing in the woods? Abigail?
Excellency, when I first arrived from Beverly, Paris told me as much.
Do you deny it?
I do not, sir, but I never saw any of them naked.
But you saw them dancing?
Aye, sir.
Excellency, would you permit me?
Pray, proceed.
You say you never saw no spirits, Mary. Were never afflicted by any manifest of the devil or the devil's agents.
aye.
And yet, when people have confronted of witchery and accused you in court, you would faint, saying their spirits left their bodies and choked you.
It were pretense, sir.
I cannot hear you.
Pretense, sir!
You did turn cold, did you not? I myself picked you up many times, and your skin were icy. Mr. Dan,
I have seen that many times.
They only pretended to faint. They are all marvelous pretenders.
Then can't you pretend to faint now?
Now,
Why not? Now there are no spirits attacking her, for none in this room is accused of witchcraft. Let her turn herself cold now. Let her pretend she is attacked now. Let her faint. Faint!
Faint?
I faint? Prove to us how you pretended in the court so many times.
I cannot faint now.
can you not pretend it?
I cannot do it.
Why? What is lacking now?
I can get no feel for it.
Could it be that in the court there were some afflicted spirit loose, but here there is none?
I never saw no spirits.
Then see no spirits now, and prove to us that you can faint by your own will, as you claim.
I cannot do it.
Then you will confess it, will you not? That we're attacking spirits made you faint.
No, I never saw no
Your
spirits.
Excellency, this is a trick to blind the court.
No, I only used to faint because I thought I saw spirits.
Thought you saw them?
But I did not.
How could you think you saw them if you did not?
When in court, the girls were all screaming. And you, Your Honor, you seemed to believe them. And it were only sport at first, but then the whole world seemed to cry spirits, spirits, and I only thought that I saw them, but I did not.
Surely Your Excellency is not taken by this simple lie.
Abigail, I beg you now, search your heart and tell me this. But beware of a child. To God every soul is precious, and his vengeance is terrible on them that take life without cause. Is it possible, child, that the spirits you have seen are illusion only? Some deception that may cross your mind when...
Why, this is a base question, sir.
I would have you consider it.
I have been hurt, Mr. Danforth. I have seen my blood running out. I have been near to murdered every day because I've done my duty pointing out the devil's people. And this is my reward? To be mistrusted, denied, questioned
Child,
like
I do not mistrust you.
Let you beware, Mr. Danforth. Think you to be so mighty that the power of hell may not turn your wits? Beware it. There is a...
Child, what is it?
I know not. A wind, a cold wind has come. Abby! Your Honor! I freeze!
They're pretending!
Oh, Your Honor! Mary! You sent a shadow over me! Lord, save me! I freeze! It is a wind! Wind! Abby, don't do that!
Mary Ward, do you witch her? I say, do you send your spirit out?
Mr. Proctor! I cannot! Oh, Heavenly Father, take away this shadow!
How do you call the heaven? Whore! Whore! What do you? It is a whore!
You charge this girl
Mr.
with me!
Danforth, he is lying!
Mark her now. She will suck in a scream to stab me with, but she is false.
You will prove this. This will not pass.
I have known her, sir. I have known her.
You? You are a lecher?
John, you cannot say such a...
Francis, I wish that you had some evil in your heart that you might know me. Sir, a man will not cast away his good name. Surely you know that.
In what time? In what place?
In the proper place, where my beasts are bedded. On the last night of my joy, some 8 months past, she used to serve me in my house, sir. A man may think that God sleeps, but God sees everything. I know that now. I beg of you, sir, I beg of you, you must see her what she is. My wife, my dear good wife. She took this girl soon after and put her out on the high road, and being what she is, a lump of vanity, sir! Forgive me, Excellency. Forgive me. She thinks to dance with me on my wife's grave! And well she might, for I thought softly of her. God help me, I have lusted, and there is a promise in such sweat. But it is a whore's vengeance, and you must see it, sir. I lay myself now entirely in your hands. I know you will see it now.
You deny every scrap and tittle of this.
If I must answer that, I will leave, and I will not come back again.
I have made a bell of my honor, sir. I have rung the doom of my good name. My wife is innocent, sir, except she knew a whore when she saw one.
What look do you give me? I'll not have such a look.
You'll remain where you are. Mr. Paris, bring Goodwife Proctor out.
Your Honor, this is all just...
Bring her out! And tell her not one word of what's been spoken here. And let you knock before you enter. Now we will touch the bottom of this swamp. Mr. Proctor, you say your wife is an honest woman.
In all her life, sir, she have never lied. There are them who cannot sing, sir, and them who cannot cry. My wife cannot lie, sir. I have paid much to learn it.
And when she sent this child out of your house, she put her out for a harlot.
Aye.
And knew her for a harlot.
Aye, she knew her for a harlot.
And if she tell me, child, it were for harlotry, may God spread his mercy on you. Hold! Turn your back! Turn your back! Do likewise. Neither of you is to turn to face Goody Proctor. No one in this room may speak one word or raise a gesture, aye or nay. Enter! Mr. Cheever, record this testimony in all exactness. Come here, woman. Look at me only. Now that your husband, in my eyes only,
Good sir.
we are given to understand that at one time you dismissed your servant, Abigail Williams.
That is true, sir.
For what cause did you dismiss her? Look at me! The answer is in your memory only. You need no help to give it to me. For what purpose did you dismiss your servant?
She dissatisfied me, sir. And my husband.
In what way dissatisfied you?
She were...
Woman, look at me! Was she slovenly? Lazy? What disturbance did she cause?
Your Honor. In that time, I was sick, and my husband is a good and righteous man, sir. He's never drunk as some are, nor wasting time at the shovel board, but always at his work. But in my sickness, I were a long time sick after my last baby, sir, and I thought I saw my husband somewhat turning from me. And this girl...
Look at me!
Aye, sir. Abigail Williams.
What of Abigail Williams?
I came to think he fancied her. And so one night, I lost my wits, I think, and put her out on the high road.
Your husband, did he indeed turn from you?
My husband is a goodly man, sir.
Then he did not turn from you?
He...
Look at me! I ask you now, is John Proctor a lecher? Has he ever committed that crime? Answer me, woman! Is your husband a lecher?
No, sir.
Remove her, Marshal!
Elizabeth, tell the truth!
She has spoken! Remove
Elizabeth,
her!
I have confessed it!
Oh, God!
She only thought to save my name, sir!
Excellency, it is a natural right to tell. I beg you, stop now before another is condemned. From the beginning, this man has struck me true. By my oath to heaven, I believe him now. This girl has always struck me false. She has manipulated every...
You will not! Be gone! Be gone, I say!
Child, what's there?
Hands on the beam! Behind the rafter!
Why do you... What's that?
Why have you come, yellow bird?
Where's a bird? I see no bird!
My face? My face?
Mr. Hale! Be quiet! Do you see a bird? Be quiet!
But God made my face. You cannot want to tear my face. Envy is a deadly sin, Mary. Abby! Mary, it is a black art to change your shape so. No, I cannot stop my mouth. It is God's work I do.
They're pretending, Mr. Danforth!
Oh, Mary, please don't come down. You're close. She's stretching you close.
Lies! Lies!
Mary, please don't hurt me. I'm not hurting her.
What does she see this vision?
She sees nothing! She sees nothing! Abby, you mustn't! Abby, you mustn't! I'm here! I'm here! I'm here! I'm here!
Mary Ward, draw back your spirit out of them!
Mr. Danforth! Mr. Danforth!
You have seen the devil, have you not? You have made compact with Lucifer!
Never! 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 Never!
Why can they only repeat you?
Give me a whip, I'll stop them!
They're sporting! They're sporting! Abby, stop it! Abby, stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
A little while ago you were afflicted. Now it seems you afflict others. Where did you find this power?
I have no power! I have no power!
They're calling you, mister!
Why have you turned about these past 2 weeks? You have seen the devil! You have made compact with Lucifer, have you not?
Mary, God damns all
You will
liars!
confess this!
God
You will confess his power!
damns
I say
liars,
you will
Mary.
hang if you do not confess!
Mary,
Do you know who I am?
remember what
I say you will confess his power!
Excellency, I see nothing.
There's your rock!
Will you confess?
She's walking the beam!
That's
She's going to come down!
We'll save you, Mary!
Mary, tell the governor what they've done.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me!
Mary, Mary!
You're the devil's net!
Praise God!
Praise God!
Mary, how do you turn? How do you
I'm
turn
not
from me?
going with you!
He bid you do the
I
devil's
love God.
work.
He come at me by night and by day to sign.
Sign what?
The devil's book? He come with a book?
My name. He wants my name. I'll kill you, he says, if my wife thinks. We must go over to the court, he says.
Mr. Hale!
My name. He wants my name. He come at me by night. His eyes were red like coals, and his fingers on my neck. And I sighed.
Excellency, this child has gone wild.
Mary. Mary.
No! I'll go your way no more. I love God. I bless God. Abby. Abby, I'll never hurt you anymore.
What are you? I have seen your power. You are combined with Antichrist, are you not? What say you?
Excellency.
I will take nothing from you. You will confess yourself befouled with hell. Or do you hold that black allegiance yet? What say you?
I say, God is dead! A fire is burning! I hear the boot of Lucifer. I see is a filthy face! And it is my face and yours, Danforth, for all those of us who quail to bring men out of ignorance, as I have quailed, and as you quail even now, though you know in all your black hearts that this be fraud. God damns our kind especially, and we will burn! We will burn together!
Marshal! Take him and Corey with him to the jail!
I denounce these proceedings!
You are tearing heaven down and raising up our whore!
I denounce his proceedings! I quit this court!
Sarah Good. Sarah Good. Wake up. Up.
Oh, Majesty. Majesty. Come in. Come in. Tituba, he's here. His Majesty's come.
Go to the north cell. This place is wanted now.
Don't look to me like His Majesty. Look to me like the Marshal.
Come on, both of you, out.
Oh, Marshal, is it you? I thought you would be the devil coming for us. May I have a sip of your cider for me going away?
Where are you off to?
Oh, we be going to Barbados. Soon as the devil comes, with the feathers and the wings.
Really? A happy journey to you both.
A pair of bluebirds awaiting you, Southerly? The two of us? Oh, it'd be a grand transformation, Marshal.
I could speak to him if he desires to come along, Marshal.
And not tonight, Tituba. It's a fine morning to fly into hell.
Oh, it'd be no hell in Barbados. The devil would be pleasure man in Barbados. And be singing and dancing in Barbados. It's you folks. You runs him up round here. It's be too cold round here for that old boy. It freezes all in Massachusetts. But in Barbados, it just says Aye, Sarah! That's him, Sarah!
Here, Majesty!
Hold on now. That's not Satan! That's a poor old cow with a hat full of milk. Come on
Take me
now.
home, Sarah! Devil, take me home!
Come on, go. Come on now, out.
Take me home, devil! Take me home!
Go.
Tell him I'm going to, Tituba. Now you tell him, Sarah.
Take me home, devil!
Go to the north cell. Good morning, Your Excellency.
Where is Mr. Paris?
I'll go get him.
Marshal, when did Reverend Hale arrive?
We're toward midnight, I think.
That man have no authority to enter here. Why have you let him in?
Mr. Paris commanded me, sir. I cannot deny him.
Are you drunk, Marshal?
No, sir. It be a bitter night, and I have no wood for a fire.
Fetch Mr. Paris.
Aye, sir.
There's a prodigious stench in this place.
I just cleared the people out for you now, sir. Aye.
Beware our drink, Marshal.
But to question Reverend Hale, Your Excellency, I should not be surprised if you have been preaching in Andover lately.
We'll come to that. Speaking nothing of Andover. It's strange. He prays with them.
I think it not well that he be so continuously with the prisoners, sir. I think there'd be a mad look about Mr. Paris lately.
Mad?
I met him yesterday morning coming out of his house. I bid him good morning, and he wept and went his way. I think it not well that the village sees him so unsteady.
Perhaps he hath some sorrow.
I think it'd be the cows, sir.
Cows?
There'd be so many cows wandering the high roads. Now their masters are in the jails. And much disagreement about who they will belong to now. I know Mr. Paris be arguing with farmers all yesterday. There is great contention, sir, about the cows. Contention make him weep, sir. And we're always a man that weep for contention.
Excellency, good morning. Thank you for coming. I beg your pardon waking me so early. Good morning, Judge Hawthorne.
Mr. Paris, that man have no right to enter here.
Excellency, a moment.
Do you let him alone with the prisoners?
What is his business here?
Excellency, here. It is a providence. Reverend Hale has returned to bring Rebecca Nurse to God.
He bids her confess.
Excellency, hear me. Rebecca have not given me a word this 3 months since she came. And now she sits with him and her sister and Martha Corey and 2 or 3 others. And he pleads with them, confess their crimes and save their lives.
Why, this is indeed a providence. And they soften. They do soften.
Not yet, no. But I thought to summon you so that we might think on whether it be not wise to...
Mr. Paris, be plain. What troubles you?
There's news, sir, that the court must reckon with. My niece, sir, I believe she has vanished.
Vanished?
I thought to inform you of it early in the week, sir, you see, but...
Why? How long is she gone?
This be the 3rd night, sir. She told me she would stay a night with Mercy Lewis. The next day when she does not return, I sent to Mr. Lewis to inquire. Mercy told him she would sleep a night at my house.
They are both gone?
They are, sir.
I will send a party for them. Where may they be?
I think they be aboard a ship. My daughter tells me how she heard them speaking of ships last weekend. And tonight they discover my strong box is broke into.
She have robbed you?
31 pounds is gone. I'm penniless.
You're a brainless man, Mr. Paris.
Excellency, it profit nothing you should blame me. I cannot think they would run off except they fear to keep in Salem any longer. Mark and Abigail had close knowledge of the town, and ever since news of Andover is broken here...
Andover is remedy. The court will return there on Friday, and will resume examinations.
I'm sure of it, sir, but rumor here speak rebellion in Andover.
There is no rebellion in Andover!
I tell you what is said here, sir. Andover has thrown out the court, they say, and will have no part of witchcraft. I tell you true, sir. There's a faction here feeding on that news, and I fear there will be riot here.
Riot? Why, at every execution I've heard naught but high satisfaction in the town.
Judge Hawthorne, it were another sword that hanged till now. Rebecca Nurse is no Bridget who lived with Bishop for 3 years before she married him. John Proctor is no Isaac Ward who dragged his family to ruin. I wish it were to God it were done so, Excellency, but I tell you, these people have great weight yet in the town. Let Rebecca stand upon the gibbet and send up some righteous prayer, and I fear she'll make a vengeance on you.
Excellency, the court has condemned her a witch.
Pray, how would you propose then?
I would postpone these hangings.
There will be no postponement.
But Excellency, now Mr. Hale's returned, there's hope, I think, for if you bring even one of them to God, that confession surely damns the others in the public eye, and none may doubt that they are all linked to hell. This way, unconfessed and claiming innocence, doubts are multiplied. Many honest people will weep for them, and a good purpose is lost in their tears.
Give me the list.
It cannot be forgot, sir, that when I summoned the congregation to Judge Proctor's excommunication, there were hardly 30 people come to hear it. Let's make a discontent, like...
There will be no postponement.
But, Your
Tell me,
Excellency...
Mr. Paris, which of these may be brought to God? I will myself strive with them until sunrise.
Your Excellency, there's not sufficient time till sunrise.
I will do my utmost. Which of these do you have hope for?
Your Excellency, a dagger.
What do you say?
Tonight, when I come to leave my house, when I open my door, A dagger clattered to the ground. You cannot hang this sword. There is danger for me. I dare not step outside at night.
Reverend Hale, accept my congratulations. We are glad to see you return to your good work.
You must pardon them, sir. They will not budge.
You misunderstand, sir. I cannot pardon these when 12 are already executed for the same crime. It is not just.
Rebecca will not confess.
Excellency, the sun will rise in a few moments. I must have more time.
Hear me, and beguile yourselves no more. I will not receive a single plea for pardon or postponement. Them that will not confess will hang. 12 are already executed. The names of these 7 are given out and the village expects to see them die this morning. Postponement now speaks of floundering on my part. Reprieve or pardon must cast doubt upon the guilt of them that died till now. While I speak God's law, I will not crack its voice with whimpering. If retaliation is your fear, know this. I should hang 10,000 that should dare rise against the law, and an ocean of salt tears will not melt the resolution of the statutes. Now draw yourselves up like men, and help me, as you are bound by heaven to do. Have you spoken with them all, Reverend Hale?
All but Proctor. He's in the dungeon.
What is Reverend Hale? What is Mr. Proctor's way now?
He sits like some great bird, Your Excellency. You'd hardly know he lived, except he takes food and drink from time to time.
His wife. His wife must be well on with child.
Aye, she is.
What say you, Mr. Paris? You have closer knowledge of this man. Might her presence soften him?
It is possible, sir. You have not laid eyes on her this 3 months. I should summon her.
What say you? Is he yet at it? Has he struck at you again?
Again, he's chained to the wall, sir.
Fetch, Miss. Fetch. Goody Proctor. Then bring him up.
Aye, sir.
Excellency, if you postpone a week and publish to the town the strife for confession that speaks mercy on your part, not faltering.
Reverend Hale, as God have not empowered me, like Joshua, to stop the sun from rising, so I cannot withhold the perfection of their punishment.
If you think God wills you raise rebellion, Mr. Danforth, you are mistaken.
You have heard rebellion spoken in the town.
Excellency, there are orphans wandering from house to house. Abandoned cattle bellow on the high roads. The stink of rotting crops hangs everywhere, and no man knows when the harlot's cry will end his life. And you yet wonder if rebellion spoke? Better you should marvel they don't burn your province.
Reverend Hale, have you preached at Andover this month?
Thank God they have no need of me in Andover.
You baffle me, sir. Why have you returned here?
Why, it's simple. I come to do the devil's work. I come to counsel Christians to belie themselves. There is blood on my head. Can you not see the blood on my head?
Hush.
Goody Proctor, I hope you'll pardon.
Yet 6 months before my time.
We come not for your life. We simply... Mr. Hale, will you speak with the woman?
Goody Proctor, your husband is marked to hang this morning.
I've heard it.
You know, do you not, that I have no connection with this court? I come of my own, Goody Proctor. I would save your husband's life. For if he is taken, I must count myself as murder. Do you understand me?
What do you want of me?
I have come these 3 months like our Lord into the wilderness. I have sought a Christian way, for damnation is doubled on a minister who counsels men to lie.
It is no lie. You cannot think of lies.
It is a lie! They are innocent!
I will hear none of that!
Let you not mistake your duty as I mistook my home. I came to this village like a bridegroom to his beloved, bearing gifts of high religion. The very crowns of holy law I brought. And what I touched with my right confidence, it died. And where I turned the eye of my great faith, blood flowed up. Beware, goody Proctor. Cleave to no faith when faith brings blood. It is mistaken law that leads men to sacrifice. Life, woman! Life is God's most precious gift, and no principle, however glorious, may justify the taking of it. I beg you, prevail upon your husband to confess. Let him give his lie, for it may well be God damns a liar less than he who gives his life away for pride. Will you plead with him? I cannot think he will listen to another.
I think that be the devil's argument.
Woman, before the laws of God we are as swine!
I cannot dispute with you, sir. I lack learning for it.
Goody Proctor, you are not summoned here for disputation. Be there no wifely tenderness within you. He will die with the sunrise. Your husband. Do you understand that? Will you contend with him? What say you? Are you stoned, woman? I tell you true. Had I no other proof of your unnatural life, your dry eyes now would be sufficient evidence that you delivered up your soul to hell. A very ape would weep at such a calamity. Has the devil dried up any tear of pity in you? Take her away. It profit nothing you should speak to him.
Let me speak with him.
You'll strive with him?
Will you plead for his confession or will you not?
I promise nothing. Let me speak with him.
Pray leave them, Excellency.
Mr. Proctor, you have been notified, have you not? Take counsel with your wife, and may God help you turn your back on him.
Excellency.
If you desire a cup of cider, Mr. Proctor, I'm sure God will.
The child?
It grows.
There's no word from the boys.
They're well. Rebecca Samuel keeps them.
You have not seen them.
I've not.
You are a marvel, Elizabeth.
You've been tortured.
Aye. They come now for my life.
I know it.
Are there any yet confessed?
There be many confessed.
Who are they?
There are 100 or more, they say. Goody Ballard is one. Isaiah Goodkind is one. There be many.
Rebecca?
Not Rebecca. She's 1 foot in heaven now. Naught may hurt her more.
And Giles?
We've not heard of it.
I hear nothing where I am kept.
Giles is dead, John.
Dead? When were you hanged?
You were not hanged. He would not answer aye or nay to his indictment. For if he deny the charge, then they hang him surely and auction off his property. So he stand mute, and died Christian under the law. And so his sons will have his farm. It is the law, for they could not condemn him a wizard without his answer, aye or nay.
But if he does not hang, then how does he die?
They press him.
Press.
Great stones they lay upon his chest until he answer aye or nay. They say he give them but 2 words. More weight, he says, and died.
More weight.
Aye. You were a fearsome man, Giles Corey.
I have been thinking, Elizabeth, that I would confess myself to them. What say you if I give them that?
I cannot judge you, John.
What would you have me do?
As you will, I would have it. I want you living, that's sure.
Giles' wife, have she confessed?
She will not.
It is a pretense, Elizabeth.
What is?
I cannot mount the gibbet like a saint. I am not that man. For me it is fraud. My honesty is broke, Elizabeth. I am no good man. I spoil nothing by giving them this that were not rotten long before.
You have not confessed till now. That's the goodness in you.
Spite only keeps me silent. It is hard to give a lie to dogs. I would have your forgiveness, Elizabeth.
It is not mine to give, John.
I would have you see some honesty in it. Let them who have never lied die now to save their souls. For me it is a pretense, a vanity that will not blind God nor keep my children out of the wind. What say you?
John, it comes to naught that I should forgive you if you'll not forgive yourself. It is not my soul, John, it is yours. But be sure of this, for I know it now. Whatever you will do, it is a good man does it. I have read my heart these 3 months, John. I have sins of my own to count. It needs a cold wife to prompt lechery.
Enough, enough!
Better you should know me!
I know you!
You take my sins upon you!
I take my own! My own!
I counted myself so plain, so poorly made, no honest love could come to me. Suspicion kissed you when I did. I never knew how I should save my love. It were a cold house I kept.
What say you, Proctor? The sun is almost up.
Do what you will. But let none be your judge. There be no higher judge under heaven than Proctor is. Forgive me. Forgive me, John. I never knew such goodness in the world.
I want my life.
You will confess yourself?
I will have my life.
Praise be God. He will confess. Proctor will confess.
Why does he cry it? It is evil, is it not? It is evil.
I cannot judge you, John. I cannot.
Then who will judge me? God in heaven, what is John Proctor? What is John Proctor? I think it is honest. I think so. I am no saint. Let Rebecca go like a saint. For me, it is fraud.
I am not your judge. I cannot be.
Would you ever give them such a lie? Say it! Would you ever give them this? You would not. If tongues of fire were singeing you, you would not. It is evil. Good then. It is evil, and I do it.
Praise to God! Praise to God! You will be blessed in heaven for this. Now then, let's hear it. Are you ready, Mr. Cheaper?
Why must it be written?
Why, for the good instruction of the village. We shall post this on the church door. Where's the marshal? Marshal! Hurry! Now, will you speak slowly and directly to the point, for Mr. Cheaper's sake? Mr. Proctor, have you seen the devil in your life? Come, man, we wait you. There's light in the sky. The town waits at the scaffold. I would give out this news. What say you? Did you see the devil?
I have.
Praise God.
And when he come to you, what were his demands? Did he bid you do his work upon the earth?
He did.
And you bound yourself to his service. Come in, woman.
Ah, John, you're well then, eh?
Courage, man, courage. Let her witness your good example that she herself may come to God. Hear on, goody nurse. Say on, Mr. Proctor.
Why, John.
Have you bound yourself to this devil's service?
I have.
Now surely you see it profit nothing to keep this conspiracy any little further. Will you confess yourself with him?
God send his mercy on you, John.
Will you confess yourself, goody nurse?
Why, it is a lie. It is a lie. How may I damn myself? I cannot. I cannot.
Mr. Proctor, when the devil come to you, did you see this woman in his presence? I say, did you see this woman with the devil? Courage, man! What say you?
I did not.
Did you see her sister, Mary Easty, with the devil?
No, I did not.
Did you see Martha Corey with the devil?
I did not.
Did you see anyone with the devil?
I did not.
You mistake me, Mr. Proctor. I am not empowered to trade your life for a lie. You most certainly have seen some person with the devil. Mr. Proctor, A score of people have already testified that they saw her with the devil.
Then it is proved. Why must I say it?
Why must you say it? Why, you should rejoice to say it if your soul is truly purged of any love for hell.
They think to go like saints. I like not to spoil their name.
Do you think they go like saints, Mr. Proctor?
This woman never thought she'd done the devil's work.
You mistake your duty here, Mr. Proctor. It matters nothing what she thought. She is convicted of the unnatural murder of children, and you for setting your spirit upon Mary Warren. It is your soul alone that is the issue, and you must prove its whiteness, or you cannot live in a Christian country. Now what say you? Which persons did you conspire with in the devil's company? Has this woman been...
I speak my own sins. I cannot judge another. I have no tongue for it.
Excellency, it is enough he confess himself. Let him sign. Let him sign.
Is a great sir, is a weighty name. It'll strike the village and Proctor confess. I beg you, sir, the sun is up. Let him sign it.
Let him sign it. Give it to him. Sign it.
You have all witnessed it. It is enough.
You will not sign it.
You have all witnessed it. What more is needed?
It is no confession if you do not sign.
Glory be to God.
If you will, sir.
No.
Sir, I must have...
No! I have signed it. You have all witnessed it. You have seen me. It is enough.
Proctor, the village must have...
Damn the village! I confess to God. God has seen my name on this. It is enough.
No, sir, it is not enough.
You come to save my soul, did you not? Here, I have confessed myself. It is enough.
You have not confessed.
I have confessed myself. Be there no good penitence, but it be public. God has seen my name on this. He does not need my name nailed to the church door. He has seen my soul. He knows how black my sins are.
Mr. Proctor.
You will not use me. I know Sarah good or teacher, but that you should use me. I am John Proctor. It is no part of salvation that you should use me.
Mr. Proctor.
I have 3 sons. How may I teach them to walk like men in the world, and I have sold my friends?
You have not sold your friends.
Beguile me not, I blackened them all when this is nailed to the church the very day they hang for silence.
Mr. Proctor, I must have good and legal proof that you have done.
You are the High Court. Your word is good enough. Tell them Proctor confessed. Say that he broke his knees and wept like a woman. Say what you will, but my name cannot...
It is the same, is it not? Whether I report to it or you sign to it?
It is not the same. What others say and what I sign to is not the same.
Why? Do you mean to deny that confession when you are free?
I mean to deny nothing.
Then explain it to me, Mr. Proctor. Why will you not?
Because it is my name! Because I cannot have another in my life! Because I lie and sign myself to lies! Because I am not worth the dust on the feet of them who hang! How may I live without my name? I have given you my soul! Leave me my name!
Is that document a lie, mister? If it is a lie, I will not accept it. What say you? You will give me your honest confession in my hand, or I cannot keep you from the rope. Which way will you go?
Proctor! Proctor!
Marshal!
Man, you cannot, you will hang!
I can! There be your first marvel for you that I can. You have made your magic now, for now I do think I see some small shred of goodness in John Proctor. Not enough to weave a banner with, but white enough to keep it from such dogs. Give them no tear. Tears pleasure them. Show honor now. Show a stony heart and sink them with it.
Let you fear nothing. Another deadly way to solve.
Hang them high over the town! Who weeps for these? Weep for corruption!
I've had no breakfast.
Go to him, good Proctor. There's yet time. Proctor! Proctor!
Woman, plead with him. Woman, it is pride.
It is vanity. Be his helper. What profit him to bleed? Shall the dust praise him? Shall the worms declare his truth? Go to him. Take his shame away.
You have his goodness now. God forbid I take it from